Welcome to another episode of The Profile. I'm Gary Dunn, and in the hot seat tonight is a really old friend of mine, actually. I shouldn't say old.
Oh, we are. Same vintage.
Same vintage. Simon Goodridge. How are you, mate?
Lovely to see you, Gaz.
Likewise, mate, and thanks for coming in. It's been so long. And start with, where were you born?
England.
Yep.
Same year as you.
Yep.
Well, is that information that's need to know basis?
Yeah, please.
1960. Yeah, we were born. I was born in England on Anzac Day, but so thankfully I moved to Australia, so I have a holiday on my birthday. Yeah.
So, what was the moment in your life where you decided to become a musician? Can you remember that moment?
I think trying to do the drum roll from Hot August Nights, Crunchy Granola Sweet on a few little ice cream containers. That was the start. And then I moved on to a proper drums, and I became a drummer, and that was what I was going to be.
A drummer?
I was a drummer, yeah.
And do you play any other instruments?
Well, unfortunately I broke my arm, or fortunately I broke my arm, and I couldn't play drums anymore. So I played a guitar, albeit with a cast on my arm. So F was hard, but I managed to pick up. Neil Young was doing a lot of F, unfortunately, but I picked up playing guitar a bit with a cast. So as soon as the cast was gone, it's like, oh, it's not too hard. Actually, it was to become good, but F was easier.
Well, someone said to me once, I'm going to hit you with my guitar, so are you trying to fret me?
That's it.
Anyway, look, the first band, 1975, was called Stonehenge.
Yeah, that was the first band I played in.
Who was in that band? Because you were the drummer in that band.
Right, well, funnily enough, I was a drummer in that band, and the first band, Silent Type, I eventually performed in, original songs. Sean was the bass player in that, and I was the lead singer, guitarist, and in Stonehenge, Sean was a lead guitarist, singer, and I was the drummer.
Yeah.
So, and also we had Derek on bass and Mustache. We had Frank on.
Who was Mustache?
He just had a really great mustache.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he had a bass called The Tranquil Paradise.
Okay.
Someone adorbed it. That was interesting, the name.
So, your sort of notoriety came when you played with Pete Busher, early Cottesloe Hotels, playing guitar, 77, The Neighbours.
That was the next band where I played guitar and Pete played guitar.
Yep.
We actually met at Rottnest at a campfire, opposing campfires, and someone put us together and we knew all the same songs, so we went on from there and formed a duo initially, played around the traps in duos, late 70s, and then also formed The Neighbours, which played at the Cottesloe Hotel. So
what would have been your earliest influence, band-wise or
well, the Beatles, obviously, for me, initially, but T-Rex, I think. I like Mark Bolan.
Get it on.
Yeah, and I just, I played the slider backwards for, well, not literally, but I played it, wore it out. That was my favourite album, The Slider. Yeah. And so Mark Bolan, lots of things. Skiffle initially, growing up, Skiffle, all my family albums. Yeah. There's all sorts of things in there.
So 1981 you started a band called Silent Type, doing original songs?
Yeah, I spent a few years trying to write.
Because I remember seeing you at the Entertainment Centre, Adam and the Ants, supported.
That's right, yeah. That was within a couple of months of our first gig at the Cat and the Fiddle. Yeah. And we played to about 50 people, and all of a sudden there's 8,000 screaming white-faced pirates going, "Why aren't you Adam and the Ants?" And so that was an interesting experience, trying to get starting out on that. Yeah. But we went on, we did a few others after that. Yeah.
So who was in Silent Type in that original band?
The first time, at Adam and the Ants, it was Sean Diggins on bass, and Ross Philpott on drums, and myself. Yep. And then soon after that, we moved on and did another support with The Clash, and by then Pete had joined. Pete Busher.
All right, yeah.
And which is good, because the more of us, there was less chance of being hit by a sharpened coin if there was more members at The Clash, because what happened at the very start of the gig...
Oh, that was a Sunday night gig?
Was it? I don't remember. All I know is that I started the wrong song, and the other three guys started the right song. So there was this cacophony for a minute, which is the best possible thing to happen, because they were all punks. And for a minute they thought we were fantastic. And then we reverted to our, earnest pop songs, and it's like, oh, you're rubbish. But for a minute there, we gave them hope. Yeah. So it was great.
Did they throw things at you?
Eventually, sharpened coins. Yeah.
I wouldn't have, because I love money too much.
There you go. I mean, that's a lot of hard work.
So 1983, you moved to Sydney, and I saw you there quite a bit at that time.
That's right.
You became an unknown band.
That's right. Pond Scum.
Yep.
From Green Rooms to Pond Scum.
Yep.
Yeah, just thought of that then, but yeah, we went from the top of the toppermost in Perth, as you could be. Yep. And then we went to the absolute bottom.
Yep.
And
I remember it
profile,
well.
Yeah, exactly. At the same time, I lived with your bass player.
Yeah, Pete Elizabeth. Yeah,
that's right, in Surrey Hills.
Have you seen Pete lately? Or?
No, I haven't for a while. Yeah, but he was working at the Power Museum and places like that after that. Yeah.
Hello, Pete. If he's going to watch. So that was 83. You changed your name to Never Never then.
Yeah,
I think.
There was a silent type in Sydney from Maroubra, a bunch of local heroes called Silent Types.
And you released that song Bigger in Texas.
Yeah, so we signed a publishing deal, got some money together, and actually finally put some money back into the band to put something out. And yeah, I think we topped the charts in WA, the independent charts, so we must have sold dozens.
Yeah,
yeah,
dozens.
We did. And also we were also the top of the indie charts in Sydney, and we were the Lime Spiders and Tex Deadly and the Dum Dums.
Yes.
They held us out from #1 spot nationally.
Disgraceful.
Yeah, exactly. But that's life. But yeah, those were the days.
Yeah, we had great fun in Sydney in those days.
I used to play for soccer in Sydney for the local. Till a sunny boy fell on my foot and he broke my foot.
A sunny boy?
A sunny boy, yeah, fell on my foot and broke it. Yeah.
Do you think you did that on purpose? Or?
Well, I don't know. I think it was the first time we got any publicity in the local rag on the street.
Maybe
that's what I had to do. Yeah.
That's what we need to do on the profile, maybe break a few arms or something and get some publicity. So.
That's it.
Yeah.
Be swarming.
Or a few belly buttons.
That's it.
So 1986, back to Perth. So where did you play?
Well, we got back to Perth, and we got finally got a drummer that stayed with us, because we'd had the spinal plethora of drummers before that. Apart from Ross, who was there for a long time. Yeah. But we've been going through drummers for a long time. So Gus joined permanently, and we got Gus Warburton. Oh. Yeah. Warbo. There you go.
The first name. Ring there. Yeah.
And yeah, that was. So we became quite relaxed, and we got a normal.
What, with Gus?
With Gus, apart from his shorts, but that was okay. But we had an income. We became sort of normal human beings instead of these Energizer bunnies continually chasing, running from headlights.
Because you supported Joe Cocker, Stevie Winwood.
Yeah, most bands that came to Perth that if they were coming through our agency, we had a good chance at them.
So you, earlier on when we talked, you were talking about declining a record contract. I mean, that's all we ever. In those days, we just wanted a record contract, and then you suddenly had one.
That's right.
Offered to you, and then
the Odyssey.
Then you just went no.
Well, the Holy Grail, and then it's like you get offered the Holy Grail, and you go, no, we want another Holy Grail, or we want another race to win. Yeah. It was we'd hit the home run, and we just ended up making wrong decisions. But it's great to be able to sit here and go, hey, weren't we stupid?
Yeah.
But we were the scarecrow. If only we had a brain, because we continued chasing our tails, getting to where we were in a good situation, and then moving to the next place and building up again. But hindsight's a wonderful thing. Yeah.
Well, they say that 99% of success is, or the great feeling is actually getting there, and once you're there, it's
the chase.
Yeah.
Not sure so again. With that. Yeah, I'm not sure so with that. Yeah, but yeah, most cases. But yeah.
So in 1990, the band finally breaks up. You move back to Sydney.
Yep. There was a publishing deal in the offing with Ted Albert's. Yeah. With Albert's studio. So I moved over there.
Did you knock that back?
No, I didn't knock that back. Ted Albert's died, and the whole company went into some sort of moratorium. Yeah. So at that stage, I was at an end, and I just. Luckily, my new best friend, her visa had run out and had to go back to Sweden. So timing was everything. Otherwise, it was the bridge. Off the bridge, no, I'll go off there.
So you went to Sweden in 1991?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 91, I moved to Sweden.
And that was because of a girl, obviously?
Yeah, it usually is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't... Oh, I know, Sweden's a wonderful place, but it's not somewhere you'd move from Cottesloe to if you didn't have a reason.
Did you sort of find that as a musician you just had a queue of girls? It was just like a smorgasbord, or in those days, or I don't want to talk ill of girls at all.
No, when I was a young man, it was you didn't even think about things like that. You were just
inundated.
Yeah, you're just having a great time. And yes, now you've grown up, you just think, oh, if only I knew their names, if only I could apologise. You know? Apologies all around. Apologies all around.
Yeah. Would you like to officially apologise to
this
anyone?
Is it. Yeah, this is it. Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
I just want to hold
myriad.
1993, you formed Space Cake.
Space Cake, yeah.
Who was in that band?
Space Cake was a couple of guys, Jackson and Bob, a couple of guys that didn't know anything about me from my past.
Yeah.
That we just formed a band that was the best live act, perhaps not the sound-wise or the quality of the songs, but for energy, we were just... there's people in Freo that still go, only know me from that band and go, get Space Cake back together again. And go, thanks for not saying the never, never. But no, I don't mean that. But no one really knew Space Cake, and we were like Nirvana meets The Who. Because we really did trash. I'm really apologise for this. We trashed most of our production.
As long as
which
it
didn't
wasn't
belong to
Mark's
us.
gear or Phil's or ours, they don't really care.
That's right. But yeah, we'd go out smashing always. Yeah. Except for my mate and guitar, which was cradled the whole time that I was flying into the drum kit.
Yeah. That's why maybe it broke your arm.
No, but exactly. That would have been a good idea.
So the Never Never album, can you buy these albums anywhere?
No, actually. We sold them at reunions.
I'm now calling it the Ever Ever.
That's it.
I've crossed out this.
The Never Ever, I'm afraid.
Strawny.
Yeah.
And then 1993, something that you didn't talk to my producer about that I found out myself, Western Horizons is an album, and you had a single on this called Good Things.
Yeah. That's
and
the song.
You won a whammy.
Yeah, that was the whammy.
Yeah.
That was good. That was a pre-cake whammy too.
A pre-cake whammy?
Wow, yeah.
Well.
And so, yeah, that was the video I have. That's the only video I have
of you.
That was made. Well, there's another video of Silent Type, which you already have, Memo to My Room with Pete Busher. But this is the only one of my songs that I have on video, apart from live performance.
So that whammy night in 1993, you actually got 2 awards, didn't you? You got up on the stage twice.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I won the pop one and went up and grabbed my cheque, and everyone's going, thank you very much. And then just as I was about to sit down again, they said, and rock and roll, 3rd place, Simon Goodridge. And it's like, yeah, he's already won enough, you know. But anyway, I had to go back on stage, and I'm sort of cringing, going, thank you very much, I'm not worthy. And
you should see the whammies now. There's at least a few people that get 6 awards. I mean, so don't just go up to 2.
Okay, I'll take that all back.
Yeah.
Edit, thank you.
Did I say that, or just think that? So what was the first album you bought?
My first album I bought was T-Rex the Slider.
Yeah.
The first album I was given was Sgt. Pepper's.
Okay.
But the first album I spent money on was T-Rex the Slider.
Yeah.
My sister was a huge fan, and thank God for that.
So you had other jobs throughout your life, being a musician, trying to supplement that?
Well, before, up until about the Adam and the Ants Clash support era, I was a public servant.
Yeah.
And I worked with Alzy from the Triffids, and I worked with the guy from Andernay, the lead singer from Andernay, and it's a polyglot of local musicians we had there.
Imagine your superannuation now if you had stayed there.
If I had kept it. Yeah. But I traded it in for an amplifier.
Multi-millionaire.
I had to buy an amplifier. I took my super. No, that's right. I took my super to buy a Gibson Les Paul, which I traded in on an amplifier. So that's a double crime. A double crime.
Love it, love it, love
Gibson Les Paul. It was a Gibson Les Paul.
Yeah.
A Gibson Les Paul.
Better than superannuation.
Yeah, no, for an amplifier that was crap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the super I bought, it's just, it goes on.
Yeah. So after Space Cake, you became a guitar for hire.
Yeah, pretty much, I fell into a heap after that. I still did writing, but only on loops and with dialogue, and didn't commit to any sort of
do you
melody.
had a feeling of giving up for some reason?
Or no, I just, I don't know, people used to ask, are you still writing? And I thought, well, I've written about 500 of them, maybe I need to get on my bike more and stop and smell the roses. I think it was a little bit of I'd come to the end of that road, and I got to about 40 and I didn't really have anything, and I was doing crap work, and I thought, oh, this isn't very good. So I've got other jobs, moved on, and the funny thing was that as we said before, I made so many mistakes, and and just had really bad luck.
Like all of us.
Professionally, but I was having a fantastic time while I was doing it. And then once I reached my midlife, what's the opposite of crisis, my midlife sorting out, I've had really good luck and made really good decisions.
Great.
And so it's great. I can look back upon this and go, weren't we stupid instead of...
Because I think you said to me also, 8 years to release an album, or have you released it?
Oh, no. After all this was over, when I was become a guitar mercenary, Sean Diggins, great friend of mine, spent a gazillion hours helping me record an album, which sounded great, but it just didn't have any of the oomph or any sort of thing going for it. So I didn't end up releasing it after all. Travelling down to Dunsborough 100 times and putting in all this time. Sean putting in all this time. I feel sorry to Sean for not ever releasing that.
Is Sean still down there? Or?
Yeah, he's still down there. Yeah. I've got to catch up with him soon. Maybe he's due. I've got a Bandcamp site. He's probably due for some royalties off that soon.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Cool.
Yeah.
There you go, Sean. You might get some money soon, buddy. So tell me who was the Kahuna Twangsters?
Well, this is well, I did become a guitar mercenary, but I did form one band after Space Cake, which was a 3-piece instrumental band, initially surf instrumental band, very Pulp Fiction-y sort of at that time. And we learned all these songs, Graham and I, so we got together with Dave Shaw, Graham Bell and myself, and we ended up playing for about 5 years at the Left Bank every Sunday.
So if I was to look up Kahuna in the dictionary, what would I...
Well, Kahuna was the big kahuna from Hawaii, was the like the big guy or a big surfboard. It's a very Hawaiian sort of thing.
If I was to look up Twangsters in the dictionary, what do you think I'd find?
I know you wouldn't find us, but I'd like to register it if it's not already there.
Yeah.
I'd definitely like some of that.
Okay, so
No.
you did a Never Never reunion in 2016?
Yeah.
Was that with Pete Busher? That
was
supporting
the classic
Stems,
lineup, which was from 86,
Yeah.
I lose decades, 86 onwards, with Gus, Phil Morgan, Pete Busher and myself.
Yeah.
And we've also done one reunion of Silent Type at the Silver Slipper in the late 80s. And I think we played with Baby Doll that night. I think it was us, and then Baby Doll, and then us. So the backstage was great.
Yeah. Baby Doll.
Those were the days.
Yeah.
The 80s. That's all I remember.
Yeah. So who were you listening to on the way here in your car?
Actually, it would be Latin. It would be
Latin?
Yeah, it would be Bossa Nova Greats Volume 3.
Wow.
Sergio Mendes or
Cool.
love it. Bossa Nova, like yeah.
You got it. We got our producer's a drummer. He could probably give us a Bossa Nova. Is that a good Bossa Nova?
That's it. Yeah, exactly. With my left foot, actually. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's right. Thank God I broke my arm. Thanks, Leslie. Yeah, that's great. At school, I broke my arm because I was opening the door to her. I thought someone was holding it. And I was stuck inside with Leslie, a wonderful looking girl, which is probably a good thing to have been stuck inside with. But I ended up going, no, you're not going to do that. So the door went all the way into the wall, like some of them used to, and then there's this sort of half a wrist that sort of
fell off that way.
Fell off, and so
it sort of blew your chances?
Well, I wasn't a very good drummer anyway. I don't think
I'm talking about with the girl.
Oh, sorry, with Leslie. No, Leslie is, I still know Leslie and see
okay.
Leslie, She's,
Cool.
Yeah, so, but yeah. Watch this space.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're all getting on, aren't we?
Very
hey, so if you were stranded on a deserted island, you could only take one album with you.
Bossa Nova,
Volume
Jazz
3.
Samba Greats, Volume 3. Because of the cover, as well as the music. The cover would help out too.
Yeah?
Great cover.
What's on the cover?
A Brazilian lady.
Yeah,
okay. And that's another thing, speaking of Brazilian, that's another little quirk of me. I'm a complete soccer, football nut.
Right?
That's my, you said, is there any unfulfilled
No,
ambitions?
I haven't asked that question yet.
Oh, right. Well,
can you slow down there? Because I'm doing the interview here. Not
that's
yet,
right, no. All procedure is out the window.
So, what's your favourite soccer team?
My favourite soccer team is Arsenal, but that's only
finish the interview now. Thank you very much.
But that's only because I inherited that.
Okay.
I fought against it until I was a bit older.
Yeah.
And I could no longer hide it.
They're in a lot of trouble this year, you know, since they got rid of Wenger.
Yeah, that's
Arson.
right. Yeah. Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Yeah, it's great.
Arsenal.
You couldn't have asked for more.
They should have got Benitez from Newcastle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. You Newcastle, of course. Yeah,
of course. We are, man.
Hey.
Yeah, we're playing you this weekend.
Okay.
And I shouldn't say that because this is probably going to go to air in
Yeah.
a little while. So we would have beat you, but we beat you.
No,
so,
exactly. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so what was the best Perth band you saw live?
Best Perth band I ever saw live. Oh, you've really thrown me. I do remember. I loved seeing the Ghost Arch, Ghost Arch.
Great.
Who was the stem? Dom from the Stems and Greg. If you said the greatest Australian band, I'd know exactly what to say.
Well, no, I'm asking you what.
That's right.
Perth band
that's what
live.
I'm just moving the whole.
Yeah, you are. You're trying to get me off my track.
But no, the first thing that came to mind was the Ghost Arch.
Ghost Arch. So, what was your favourite Australian band you saw live?
Midnight Oil, 1980, and that's what inspired me. Another thing that kept me going.
Was that the old Melbourne?
No, it was at the Raffles.
Okay. Yeah.
And
I think the old Melbourne was a bit later.
Yeah, the Raffles, and we were in the front row.
Yeah.
And the singer,
Peter Garrett.
Peter Garrett. I remember. That's all right. That. He had a sore throat, and I had some soothies in my pocket, so I was giving him soothies during the act, between sort of wiping sweat off me, because we were just. I'd never seen anything like that before in my life, and I'm going.
I think you got a box of soothers after the.
Yeah, like quick, as long as
scandal.
take a soother. Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. So, okay, your favourite TV show growing up?
Match of the Day.
Match of the Day.
The big match.
That was Brian May.
World Soccer.
Brian May?
Brian May, and that was the big match.
Yeah. Some other Cockney guy, but.
Yeah.
So, what does the future hold for you, Simon?
Well, who knows? I'll just take it as it comes, but it's all good.
Yeah.
As I said, I'm in a really good place now. Yeah. I've just moved in the last 2 months, and I've gone from a flat where I was in hell to being in a monastery, like the Greek monastery at the top of the rocks there.
Yeah.
Before I was living in a flat where I had noise all around. That's another reason I really wasn't writing a lot of music.
Yeah.
And I went into loops, and I went into everything on a computer, because it's really hard to put your mind, heart and soul into writing something, and then you'll hear Niagara Falls above you in the toilet, and then you go, oh, that's right, he's above me, that's right. And then you go, there's someone next door to me. And so it's a really hard thing to be creative in a small space. When I'd grown up on quarter-acre blocks, and we'd all spent the 80s in 4-bedroom houses in Cottesloe. And we had a mattress room silent type where we'd go in and we would write a song and we'd play that song that night. And then the next night, it'd be replaced by a newer, shinier song. And that's what we were like at that time. And that's the creative, when you have to capture that moment. Yeah. And I'm so glad I captured it. Yeah,
cool.
We did. Yeah.
So you're going to love this question. This is a great question. What unfulfilled ambitions do you have, Simon?
To play for the Socceroos.
Wow, really?
That's my only unfilled ambition. I never got to play for the
under
Socceroos,
Arnold?
but there's time yet.
You play under Graham
I'd play under Arnie, for sure. I'm a bit of a Ryan Giggs out on the left wing screaming along. I don't think they need him anymore, because I'd have to be left back and defend as well. Yeah. I'm too old.
Too old for that.
So, yeah.
Okay,
but 5 minutes like Tim Cahill would be good. Yeah.
Do you think you're going to fulfil that ambition?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Of course.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, I hold out hope.
Yeah. Do you collect anything?
Well, Roman history. Yeah, that's what I've been into lately. And any history, any architecture.
So can you tell me a little bit about Roman history? Is there something that sticks out there? Or?
Yeah, if you want, my preferred era is 63 BC to 44
AC?
40s AD, yeah. But that's just being penny pinching.
I did say AC. I think DC.
AD.
AD.
That's it. BC and.
Is that after Domino or
before
something?
time. Sorry, before.
AD stands for after Domino.
Anno Domini,
before Christ.
Latin. Good bit of Latin in there. Latin.
So, tell me a little bit about that little period there then, because I wasn't around then.
Oh right, no, that's just when they turned from being a republic run by two guys and the elites to civil war, chop them all up.
Chop them all up?
Yeah, chop everyone up, take their money and their land, and be an emperor and rule over them. Yeah.
Wow.
It's fascinating. I love my Roman history.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, well, human beings, very strange.
That's it.
So what would you put on your gravestone talking about chopping up and stuff like that?
Yeah, I did have it somewhere. I know exactly what to put on my gravestone. Vini vidi subtraxit.
Vini vidi subtraxit.
Aye, vini vidi subtraxit.
What does that mean?
He came, he saw, he absconded.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That would be my... Because you gave... I had a questionnaire and I had to think of any...
Yeah.
And I had to think, gravestone. Well, obviously you go for the Latin.
Yeah.
Like that, history. And,
Carpe diem.
That's it. I would have put that on, but it's
Seize the day.
Yeah, it's been used. And anyway, you can't really seize the day. Oh, no, you could be... retrospectively, you could be telling people, but there's no more days to be seized once you're in that.
But you could be saying to people, seize the day.
That's right. That's
who are looking... Going,
and that's what it's all about.
Inspiration, yeah. So, is there something that we don't know about Simon Goodridge that...
No, I think you got it all.
Yeah.
Depends. If you ask me different points in my life, there would definitely be. But now, no, it's all good. Yeah.
You're happy.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. You look happy.
Happy, single, but happy. Yeah.
Have you ever been married? Have you ever been married or?
No, none of the above. Yeah,
no kids or?
No kids, none of the above. No.
Yeah.
No, just. So. Yeah, this is
3 marriages
topical.
later.
This is very topical at the moment.
Yeah.
But no, none of the above, and I don't know. I'd say if there's still time on the kids thing, but I've got a nephew who's a rapper, and he's.
How's the
great.
old ticker? Is it all right?
Sorry, the ticker's going pretty good. Yeah, actually. Yeah, I still play indoor soccer.
Cool.
Although I've just finished playing indoor soccer because I realised that they're all 25 years old, and I'm 58, so I'm going. Maybe I should think about parks on a Sunday.
I was playing indoor soccer with Jamie Page. The Cosmic team, and I did my knee.
That's what happened.
And then had 6-8 weeks off work, couldn't move off the couch and all that sort of stuff. So
no,
operation.
No, that's no fun.
No.
The knees are good, so I'm glad I've given up indoor.
And that's because you think you're still 20 and...
That's it,
yeah.
It's like a dog. As long as there's a ball to chase, I'm there. Yeah.
Have you met Spots when you're hit? Yeah.
Spot.
He's in a lot of trouble.
Perhaps we can get some physical comedy going with Spot. Yeah.
Spot's in a lot of trouble, what he did the other week.
Yeah,
anyway.
Exactly,
Simon, so nice to have you here.
It's been
so
wonderful.
nice to see you again.
Yeah, likewise.
Thanks for coming on and sharing your stories with us. It's a great insight into your life, and you sound like you've had a great time.
It's been a great insight into my life for me too.
Yeah.
I had, when this was mooted, I had to think about I constantly ask people what actually happened, and now I had to do a bit of research and
down memory lane, and
a lot of it was, did this happen? Was this a dream? And there's things like
it's an interesting comment. Yeah.
And then no, that did actually happen.
Yeah.
Like, we were mixed by Barnsley at the embassy, and there was the Pretenders and Simple Minds, and he was mixing us. So I'm going, did that actually happen? And then Barnsley actually got up, jumped on the PA, and started walking like Cirque du Soleil. He was walking along the balustrade with a bottle of vodka and Chrissy Hines, and they're all going, wow, this guy's pretty wild. And we were immediate fans of Cold Chisel from there.
Wow, yeah. Amazing.
And that did happen, because I had to check that up. I didn't dream it.
You didn't dream it.
No, that did happen.
Love it. Simon, thanks so much for coming in.
It's been lovely to be here.
Great guest tonight, wonderful stories. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to the profile on YouTube. Please like our videos, comment and let us know who you think we should interview. Just give us some comments, that'd be great. Thanks, Simon, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you. And you, and you.
I've seen the highs and lows before my eyes. I've learned a thing or two about my life. back of my mind, I've got a lot of good things in mind. What I see before me raises my eyes. It makes me think there's no time for goodbyes. If I could give you more attention, make us more than one dimension, I've got a lot of good things in mind. Good things. You make me think of good things. Good things. You make me think of good things. I've seen the highs and lows before my eyes. I've watched the dog eat dog, I've felt their bite. And maybe in a week or two, another lifetime of the blues, I've learned a thing or two about my life. But good things, you make me think of good things. Good things, you make me think of good things. Good things. Good things, you make me think of good things. Good things, you make me think of good things. Good things, you make me think of good things. Good things, you make me think of good things. Good things.
At ProCopy, we can transfer audio to CD, make CD, DVD and Blu-ray copies, transfer video to DVD, Blu-ray or HD, digitise slides and photos and supply custom USBs. You can see more details at procopy.com.au or call us on 08 9375 3902 for more information.